سلام، اسم من نفس طبیبیانه. سنگی که از جاش کنده میشه برای اینکه دوباره جای خودشو پیدا کنه زمان زیادی نیاز داره. بلکه ماها، شاید هم سالها. You didn't understand what I just said, did you? You might have felt confused and even disconnected. Now imagine feeling that, not just for a moment, but for months. That's how I felt when I first moved to Baku. Lost. Just like that stone, trying to find where I belong. Growth isn't always about excitement or opportunity. Sometimes it begins with discomfort. Imagine leaving behind everything familiar. A home, a language, a culture, a life you've known, and stepping into uncertainty. Leaving my home country wasn't just a decision. It was an act of survival. I wanted growth, opportunity, and maybe a bit of peace. But I didn't realize it would come with so much sacrifice. At first, everything felt perfect. I loved the city's food, weather, and architecture. But soon, the reality of the language barrier hit me like a truck. Not only was my English weak, but I also had zero knowledge of Azerbaijani. I could only understand a few words that resembled Persian. I remember walking into a classroom for the first time and realizing I couldn't fully understand what was being said. My silence wasn't from my shyness. It was from trying to understand a new language. Suddenly, every small task became a challenge. Asking for directions, introducing myself, and finding the right words. Soon I realized that when your surroundings change completely, even the simplest actions require courage. I understood how deeply our sense of belonging depends on being seen, heard, and understood. If you ask me, Nafas, how did you manage your life? I would answer with two simple words: adapting and forgetting. My grandpa always said that as humans, we're gifted with a short memory and an incredible ability to adapt. It's how we survive change, by letting go of what hurts and embracing what comes next. Psychologists call this process acculturation, the way our minds adjust when we enter a new culture. Most immigrants go through what's known as a cultural shock. This can bring confusion, anxiety, and even grief for the life left behind. But the human brain is built for change. It has what scientists call neuroplasticity, the ability to learn new languages and form new connections. When this happens, there is only one way out of it. It's not about whether we're ready. It's about whether we're willing. Whether we're willing to change and open new doors. And that was my reality. Adaptation became my daily act of resilience. When life pulls us beyond what's familiar, adaptation becomes the bridge that carries us forward. Home isn't always a place on a map. Sometimes it's a state of mind. The quite determined belief that we can always begin again and that we can always find our way through adaptation. Before I finish, I would like to remind you of the Persian proverb I said at the very beginning. A stone torn from its place needs a long time to find where it belongs. Months, maybe even years. Thank you.